The following is a production of White Lightning Entertainment. This is Burning Rubber Radio.
And the 65th Daytona 500 is underway. He won a dual race here a year ago in the team's new debut, and he's going to win stage one as they come to the line. First stage win for Keselowski in the Daytona 500. To the flag to end stage two, 3 wide, the 6th row back, and it's Chastain. By inches. All right, Stenhouse gets the white flag. The net of the flag exit. No, the caution is out. Ricky Stenhouse has won the Daytona 500.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daytona 500 winner. Let me tell you, that's been a long time coming.
Burning Rubber Radio is brought to you by Drive Refine. It's more than driver coaching. It's Drive Refine. Visit driverefine.com to get signed up today. Now from the White Lightning Entertainment Studios in Statesville, North Carolina, here's your host, Andy DeLay.
That's right, Burning Rubber, baby. It's that time. Peekaboo, we're here again like a bad dream. Burning Rubber Radio is back on the air, and we are, of course, the fastest 60 minutes in motorsports. I'm Andy DeLay, your host, and I'm alongside Wayne Owens, who's shaking his head for some reason.
I can't believe you would literally play the Peekaboo game. Like, what?
You know, it's like, hello, because we're on video. It's like, peekaboo, hello, we're here.
Folks, if you watch us on Rumble and YouTube, you already know how ugly we are. Peekaboo just doesn't
Oh,
work.
my gosh. Oh, well, I can't leave someone else out that's ugly as the day he's born as NASCAR chef John Dix. He's over here with us, too. Peekaboo, John.
I'm here, guys. Peekaboo.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, we're already in classic form this morning.
Yes, we are. And Muttley is not far behind.
Oh, please leave that stupid thing over there. Yeah, you know, hey, he's back to his old form. Kyle Larson spanked everybody at Vegas this past weekend. But, boys, if that race would have went on about 4 or 5 more laps, I think we would have seen Tyler Reddick in victory lane.
I think so, too. I think so, because he only won by, what was it, half a second?
Yeah, half a second, you know. But he would, Reddick was reeling him in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Reddick.
Tyler had a good car, yeah.
He was definitely reeling him in. It seems like Kyle was good on the short runs, but as far as the long runs go, it seemed like about 20 to 25 laps in is where the long run was starting to kind of have that little fall off with the Hendrick cars yesterday. But we'll touch more on that when we get into news of the week here coming up in just a couple of minutes. But one big thing that we got to talk about first and foremost here, Andy, is our guest for this week. Yeah. John has got us Casey Carter on the show this week. And if I remember hearing you right, John, Casey is an up-and-coming ARCA driver, correct?
That is correct, Wayne. He's going to be running a couple races. Talladega's one of them. And what is the other one, Andy? I think Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen in mid-Ohio he'll be running.
Yeah.
So he's a great road course driver in his own right. So looking forward to talking to him. I think everyone's going to hear more about him coming up as he gets involved in ARCA, hopefully trucks, and then, up from there.
Yeah.
Right.
You never know. And then of course, we cannot forget our sponsors of the show this week here, which we've haphazardly, accidentally forgotten the last few weeks, folks. But the biggest one we want to talk about being Drive Refine. Check out driverefine.com and go get signed up today. No matter if you are a simulation racer or a real racer, go talk to our buddy Joey Coulter and get yourself some Drive Refine and get that driver coaching that you need to be able to work better with your crew chief on everything motorsports involved. And also got to talk about the folks over at MyPillow and mypillow.com/BRR. And with that, folks, also use the promo code BRR at checkout to get free shipping on your entire order.
Correct.
Courtesy of BR.
Yeah, courtesy of BRR, exactly. Like we're footing that shipping bill for you, and I feel like I just had too much early mimosas, Andy. Like it's a Monday morning.
Yeah, I know. I thought you said that. I didn't think you said shipping there for a second. I'm like,
well,
I didn't know they billed you for the other stuff.
Don't trust me. If they have, nobody's gonna know about that. That's my own personal thing.
Oh, my Lord.
But with that said here, folks, we have got to step aside and take that first foreign fuel of the show. And when we come back here, we've got news of the week to cover for you, including Kyle Larson's win this last weekend at Vegas. And, man, the West Coast Swing is in full action this week.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others,
we heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
we can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future
is our future.
And there's still so much they can teach us.
Burning Rubber is social. Follow us on X at twitter.com/BRR_radio. Now back to more Burning Rubber.
And we are back on Burning Rubber Radio. It's producer Wayne along with the NASCAR chef John Dix and Andrew DeLay.
Hey, talking of that intro there about our social medias, folks, you have to go and check out our updated social medias. TikTok, BRR, Burning Rubber Radio. We're blowing up over there. I'm posting the updates 3 times a week. Also, check out our Facebook page, please. Facebook.com/Burning Rubber Radio. Go over there and like us. And also, you can check us out not only on wingding.tv live, but we're on YouTube and Rumble. If you would please go over there and follow us on those pages. Let's try that again. On those pages.
and I thought I was the one that was half drunk this morning.
Yeah, really. Well, the thing is that if you don't, I'm going to send the hairy bear over there, Wayne Owens, to freaking knock on your door and scare the hell out of your kids.
Lord.
See, that's a scary thought all on its own right. Next thing you know, Kenneth City's going to get a phone call. Hey, what's this guy doing here, hairy bear?
Lordy.
Oh my word.
But yeah, folks, again, as far as social medias go, Facebook and Instagram.com/Burning Rubber Radio, X being Twitter, Twitter.com/BRR_radio, TikTok.com/Burning Rubber Radio, YouTube.com/Burning Rubber Radio, and then also Rumble.com, and search for Burning Rubber Radio on Rumble. We've got a couple of videos already up there from the last couple of weeks since we're finally making strides to get everything caught up and up to date. And Rumble is a great free speech platform as well too, folks. So if you're tired of YouTube, and yes, I'm gonna get on the political bandwagon for a second. If you are tired of YouTube censorship and all that other mess, head on over to Rumble. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. Rumble welcomes you and says, "Hey, come on in and have fun. Just don't violate the terms of service."
Absolutely.
So, again, folks, all sorts of stuff going on in the world of social media here, and but we got to get over to the news of the week, Andy. And we just talked about it right there in the open for a split second. Kyle Larson, he's back in full form, baby. Got himself a win this past weekend in Vegas, a half-second over Tyler Reddick. But the thing we got to talk about that I find interesting, and we talked about this off the air a little bit too, prior to coming in for the show for this week here, is that miraculously Ty Gibbs didn't run out of talent.
Hey, they say a blind hog finds a nut every once in a while.
That's right? A blind squirrel.
I don't know, something like that.
Well,
yeah, a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
He's from Florida. They got hogs down there.
Wayne. They got a bunch of hogs down here, bro. You'd fit right in, Wayne.
Andy's number one. Look.
Oh my gosh, you got to check us out, folks, and see how Wayne gives me the Kentucky Howdy on freaking video.
Yeah, I do. I do it out of love, my friend. Purely out of love. But either way, moving on. And Ty Gibbs didn't run out of talent and come home with a top 5 finish this past weekend in the process of Kyle Larson leading 181 of 267 laps at the 1.5-mile track. And my pick, sadly he didn't win it, Kyle Busch led the second most with, are you ready for this one? Just 18 laps.
Yeah, just 18 laps. That shows you how Larson just dominated everything,
Yep. Larson had something. And then, the one we got to talk about here, Corey LaJoie, though, has had a great start to the 2024 season, excuse me. And, but Sunday had that wreck, man, that really hurt him.
Yeah, all by his lonesome, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yep. Corey was my pick, and it's funny. I was actually going to pick Kyle Larson, but instead of picking with my head, I picked with my heart.
Moving on. And,
let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Moving on to the Truck Series here, and this is a guy that, Andy, I have been waiting to see get a win forever. Yep. Like I literally been waiting with bated breath, and Rajah Caruth finally gets it done at Las Vegas this past weekend in the number 71 Spire. You heard me right.
That's right.
Spire Motorsports team perfectly executed a final pit stop of the night en route to winning the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Victoria's Voice Foundation 200 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and with his first career pole earlier in the day. So not only did he get pole, also managed to get the win as well. Caruth followed it up with his maiden Truck Series victory to become the... Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to get on my soapbox again for a second here.
No.
I said this a couple of weeks ago, one of the shows that you were gone, Andy. I'm going to get on my soapbox, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it out loud for everybody that can hear my voice. Quit playing the mother effing race card in your news articles.
Okay, I don't play the motherfucker.
No, not you. not you.
Oh, I didn't get that whole word out, so you don't have to break out those air wrenches.
Oh, the air wrench is still going to come out. It's going to be fun. But the reason I bring that up is because, folks, for the life of me, the division is enough. Enough is enough is enough is enough.
Yeah.
And I say that because literally, as this article is
written.
Let
us know why.
I'm going to say this because as this article is written, after earning his first career pole earlier in the day, Carruth followed it up with a maiden Truck Series victory to become the third black driver to win a NASCAR National Series race. I could personally give a flying shit less what your skin color is. along with just about every NASCAR fan out there, they could give a flying shit less what your skin color is.
Right.
Quit. Quit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Right.
Quit.
Robin and I talked to Raja up at Talladega a couple months ago, and he's a nice young man, nice kid, very personal, goodwill man, and
he is.
I'm still trying to get him on the show. So
and that's like, we had him on a couple of years ago. I ran into him at what used to be GoPro Motorplex, now Trackhouse Motorplex out here in Mooresville, North Carolina. And Raja is just a down-to-earth, good-hearted kid. And again, like I said, I don't give a damn, along with about 99% of NASCAR fans don't give a damn about your skin color. You could be black, you could be brown, you could be Asian, you could be polka dotted, for crying out loud. If you're out there winning races, I'm going to be talking about you, but I'm not going to be talking about your damn skin color.
And folks, if you want to hear that without all of those air wrenches, YouTube, Rumble, and Wingding, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. All right. I feel better now that I've gotten that out there. And again, shame to all of you news outlets that feel the need to play the race card when talking about anything going on in the world nowadays.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Just
you tell them, Wayne.
Just my 2 cents worth. And but one bit of good news, though, before we go to our next foreign fuel here and bring on Casey Carter for the week here, is that the Truck Series race at North Wilkesboro, Andy, has officially gained its title sponsor for this year, and it will be Wright Brand. They will serve as the official sponsor of the Craftsman Truck Series. Wright Brand 250 at North Wilkesboro Speedway on May the 18th as part of All-Star Race Weekend.
Yep. I'm looking for. You know what, Wayne? You need to get out there because that's right down the road from you, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, North Wilkesboro literally is like an hour drive.
You know what? Let's try Credden this one.
Well, that's an SMI track, and
they hate us. All right, forget it.
Yeah. Either which way, though, it is what it is. But with that said here, folks, we're going to step aside. We're going to take our next foreign fuel. And when we come back, Andy, we have got our guest of the week on, and that being one Casey Carter from the ARCA Menard series.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
that when we help others,
We heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
We can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
It's simple.
help every child we can.
because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
Then there's still work to do.
because their future
Is our future.
and there's still so much they can teach us.
Visit us online at burningrubberradio.com for recipes from the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and more great content.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Now back to more Burning Rubber Radio.
And we are back on Burning Rubber Radio, and Boomhauer said it best. All you got to do is go on there and point and click, 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 click to burningrubberradio.com and check out the website and all sorts of fun stuff that's coming up with that. And new updates are coming a lot more frequently now that we've gotten things a little bit more in order. So it's nice to have the website up to date here. But with that said, we need to get on over to our featured guest of the week here. And from the ARCA Menard series, piloting the number 31 Rise Motorsports car, and that being one Chirs Corden. Casey, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on here. So from what we understand here, with your runs in the ARCA Menard series over the last two seasons, it's been kind of a part-time schedule, assuming funding is a big part of all of that here. But this year coming up, you've got 3 select races right now already. You've got Talladega, you've got Watkins Glen, and you've got the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Complex. So for curious is curiouser here. You go from the super speedway to the road courses and not necessarily throwing in many of the short tracks here unless you get the ability to add some races to your schedule throughout the season here. What made you want to pick road courses versus, like, say, short tracks?
Well, my background is in road racing, so I've spent over the last 20 years between karting and sports car racing on road courses. Actually make most of my living as an instructor for racing schools, so spent a lot of time working for Skip Barber as the chief instructor at one point for them, and then now do a lot of work for the Porsche Track Experience based out of Birmingham, Alabama. So road courses have kind of always been my specialty. And
there you go.
My initial interest in ARCA was a bucket list goal that I had always had was to do a professional stock car race on a road course, because it always looked cool watching people like Ron Fellows and Boris Said in the Cup Series.
Oh, yeah.
So a few years ago, I was able to do the road courses in ARCA in 2022, and subsequently last year tried a small oval as well as the road courses. And now with the oval racing, I get the opportunity to go try something different. It's quite fun. And, of course, a place like Talladega is certainly a bucket list track to get to race at.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And the fact
No doubt.
The fact that he recognizes Boris Said, we know we can now say Chirs Corden is a Said head.
Yes, we love Boris Said. Yeah.
So,
and here's what I'm looking at too. You said you're a road racer with Porsches. You're driving Porsches and Skip Barber stuff. Those neat light open wheel cars that they have. My question is, you're going to jump into these big, heavy ARCA cars, and they aren't set up. Their suspension's totally alien to what you're used to. How are you approaching that?
Fortunately in my career, I've driven some stock cars on a road course before at some club level events and stuff like that. But, and coming from very little financial backing, my racing career has been very diverse in the amount of cars that I've been able to drive. And I would say one thing that, the path that my career has taken is it's always kind of lended me to be a driver that has to adapt very quickly. So, it's very rare that I get a deal where I'm racing the same car over and over and over again. So being able to adapt has certainly been my stronghold. in 2022 with club racing, we didn't have the best Mid-Ohio. We were kind of plagued with some mechanical gremlins right away, but we went to Watkins Glen and ended up achieving the first ever lead lap finish for that team.
There you go.
Nice.
And then something else
Very
that comes to
cool.
mind here too, knowing that you've got the road racing background here, especially with Skip Barber and club and everything like that. Have you ever dabbled in the world of, like, say, SCCA or anything like that?
I did race in SCCA a little bit. That's where I started when I was 16 years old, racing in SCCA, and then, moving up and racing in a couple series sanctioned by AMSA. So raced some races in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo series. I raced an Aston Martin and a Porsche in the Michelin Pilot Challenge series.
Okay.
And I've been fortunate to spend a lot of time in a lot of different road racing environments. Most recently probably vintage racing as well as IMSA.
Mm-hmm.
And then also actually, in the road racing stuff too, I did try my hand at an Xfinity race last year, and we did try to make the show at Watkins Glen. Unfortunately, it came up a little bit short, but also was cool to experience that.
See, and with that one, you were running with Alpha Prime for that one, weren't you?
No, Mike Harmon.
Mike, that's right.
Mike Harmon. Here's another thing. Now you're talking about, you have a lot of diverse experience with all kinds of cool cars, which I'm jealous of because I want to drive those Lambos and everything you're talking about. But anyway, now let's look at Talladega, a totally different beast. We're talking all about aero drafting and, staying at, you have to use all the air. How are you approaching that? What's your prep for that?
Well, I would say if it's anything like Daytona, it's going to be to stay out of trouble in the beginning and, maybe take a cautious approach right around to the back and just take lots of notes.
There you
go. Go to school for a little while. And then if, we can stay on the lead lap and play the yellows to make it, 3/4 of the race a learning experience and the last quarter of the race, seeing how quick we can adapt and play the cards we've been dealt all day, I think that might be the best route to go. It's certainly one of those things where the key is going to be not doing anything that would put us in a position to take us out of the race early, because every lap that I gain is one more lap around a super speedway that I don't have right now. So maximizing what I'm able to take home experience-wise as a driver is going to be the single most important thing that we have to do that day.
Yep.
Hey, Casey, tell the fans out there, what is your favorite racetrack that you raced so far to race on?
That's a tough question to answer, because the one thing I always say is the only bad racetrack is one that you're not on. I enjoy racing everywhere. I live about 2 miles from a track called Road Atlanta. I spent my first days at Road Atlanta when I was about 4 weeks old, and it's kind of been home. But I've never had a bad day at Road America or Watkins Glen, so those are both tracks that stand out. I would say Watkins Glen at this point, just based upon what I've done there over the last couple of years, is probably my favorite track right now if I had to pick one.
Well, that's cool.
Talking about Watkins Glen, they repaved that.
Right.
All that bumpy uphill section there, if you're racing the boot, that is, coming through the top of the boot. Remember how like it was a washboard coming up through there?
Yeah, they've since fixed that. I know that they were working on some improvements there over the off season. Sadly, with the NASCAR stuff, we don't get to race down into the boot, which I think it'd be mega cool. I think it would definitely be a big advantage for me.
Yes, and I think it would be cool for the fans to watch the boot too. But hey, who am I?
Yeah, absolutely. And
And Casey, I can only tell you, I'm not talking like I've ever actually in real life drove Watkins Glen or the boot for that. It's all iRacing stuff, and it still chatters my teeth out.
The only track he's ever raced on is Charlotte Motor Speedway, where he blew in.
No. I remember I was out at
VIR.
What was that? Virginia, VIR. Yeah. So anyway, it's not about me, man. Let's make it about Casey.
Casey, trust me, you don't want to see him blow Kyle Busch's oil pan out of his race car again. That was bad sight.
Whatever, man.
But yeah, I mean, really great stuff here with everything you've got going on with Skip Barber, everything you've had going on in the SCCA, everything you got coming up with, especially wanting to run Road Atlanta and everything like that. Real quickly here, where can folks reach out to you? If they want to follow Casey Corden as far as social media goes, where can they get a hold of you at?
So I am on Instagram with username Casey Corden 14. That would be my Instagram. You should be able to find me under Casey Corden on Facebook. And then additionally, I manage a race shop where we specialize in preparation of road course cars that we're actually based out of Road Atlanta. And you can find that on Instagram at Denton Corden Racing or on Facebook at Denton Corden Racing. Myself and the Denton brothers have been racing some Porsches together for the last few years. I work with them as a driver coach, and now we're business partners to grow our small race team into a bigger team in the road course world.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds
That's
like
cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Some really, really solid stuff, actually. And folks, if you're curious how to spell Corden for Casey Corden, it is Carden, correct, Casey?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Carden for Casey Corden, and then Denton, obviously Denton for Denton Corden Racing. And but Casey, one last thing we want to get you in on here before we
Oh boy, here we go. You've been trapped.
Yep, you've been trapped. We have a tradition on this show where Kenny Wallace started this back in 2008, grabbed the mic out of Andy's hand over here to my left and shouted, "Burning rubber, baby," at the top of his lungs. And the cool part with this tradition, and this works, and it's worked for Lambo Super Trofeo guys, it's worked with IMSA guys, it's worked with even Kyle Larson.
For Ron Fellows.
And Boris said.
Yes, it did.
And Kyle Larson on top of that here.
That's right.
By shouting "Burning rubber, baby," you have a chance at one of three things happening to you. 2/10 on the racetrack, a guaranteed race win, and the chance at a guaranteed championship of your choice.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be speechless too.
Whenever you're ready, buddy. A big old
burning rubber, baby. Burning rubber, baby, as loud as you can, my friend.
All right. Burning rubber, baby.
All right.
Oh, he's got to run the front of the pack at Talladega for that. You watch.
There you go.
Right. Super stuff. Well, with that said, folks, that...
Good job, Casey.
That is Casey Corden. And
he's like, never again am I coming back on with these idiots.
I'll come back next Monday.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, with that said, folks, Rise of Motorsports number 31 is Casey Corden. We're going to step aside. We're going to take our next four and fuel. And I'll tell you what, hey, Casey, if you can make it to North Carolina real quick, the grill's fired up, buddy. The NASCAR chef's up next.
Honey, baby.
All right.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The MyPillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, MyPillow 2.0. When I invented MyPillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. MyPillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature-regulating thread. MyPillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of MyPillow.
Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others,
we heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
we can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future
is our future.
And there's still so much they can teach us.
The grill is fired up, and the chef has something good cooking.
Oh, you're cooking, Frankie!
It's the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and more Burning Rubber.
And we are back on Burning Rubber Radio. It's producer Wayne along with the NASCAR chef, John Dix. And John, I think Andy's frozen in time. What happened over there?
Well, Wayne, he said he had to get ready to go to work, and I think he got a little too ready, but it is what it is. But,
Yeah, I think he got a little too ready, but that smile on his face, you know what that makes me think he's over there doing?
Oh, Lord, I don't want to know.
That's what I think exactly just happened with Andy.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. More than likely. Anyways, guys, this week we have a fun recipe. It's called Philly cheesesteak egg roll.
You almost said
I don't know what I almost said, Wayne. You had me going on that shoebox stuff.
Oh, man. Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, though. Tell us about it, buddy.
Okay, guys, we're going to start with some canola oil, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 small onion, you want to thinly slice it, 1 small green and 1 small red pepper, thinly slice those as well, a pound of roast beef, get it thinly sliced because remember we're doing a Philly cheesesteak now, 16 ounces of pepper jack cheese, an egg, 8, you got me all messed up, 8 egg roll skins. Okay, guys, now in a bowl we're going to mix the egg and the milk for the egg wash. In a saucepan, you want to heat the canola oil, the olive oil, the onions, the green peppers, and cook the veggies until they're soft, which should take about 5 minutes. Okay, then you're going to add the roast beef to the pan and cook it for another 5 minutes, then add the cheese and mix well. What you want to do, guys, is remove all this mixture from the pan and let it rest on a plate or something with paper towels so it can drain all the oil off and cool off a little bit.
Okay.
Then you're going to place a small amount of the mixture in the middle of each egg roll, okay? Fold up the corners, and roll them up and seal them with the egg wash. You can seal them with the egg wash with a little brush. You can actually use your finger if you want. They'll seal real fine, just like that. Then you're going to place the egg rolls back into the hot oil. Now, don't let them touch each other because they'll cook together or the sides of the pan. And just cook like a few at a time so don't get overloaded. You want to cook them until they're golden brown. Let them rest on paper towels, drain and cool, and enjoy them. And they're a lot of fun. They're fun to make. Just be careful of little kids around you when you're using that hot oil.
Right.
But, guys, this is a delicious recipe and a new take on Philly cheesesteak.
It really is a whole new take on Philly cheesesteak. Boy, we're poets and we didn't know it either. but no, it actually does. It sounds really good. I mean, minus the onions and the peppers and all that other mess. But that's just how picky of a eater I am, folks. And
well, it looks like Andy's enjoying it. So
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, of course, Andy's enjoyed it. I mean, why wouldn't he enjoy it? Oh, Andy, stop that!
Lordy, lordy.
Oh Lord, I had to cut his mic, folks. Like he's over here in the background. Like he's just kind of high. The reason he's like that, he literally flash froze himself real quick to walk away to the bathroom, and all I could hear was that real quick. And I'm like, no.
Lord, the FCC is after us now, Wayne.
Oh man, but folks, if you ever want to get a hold of the NASCAR chef, all you got to do is send him an email at racing. That's RACING. The number 2, thegrill@gmail.com. Again, that's RACING. The number 2, thegrill@gmail.com. And we're working on bringing back the burnandrubberradio.com emails, so that is forthcoming. So do be on the lookout for that here in probably about the next couple of weeks or so. Everything should be up and going within that point in time where you can contact the chef directly via email that way. But otherwise, take one last good look at the recipe for the week here. And Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. Again, like I said, for me personally, minus the onions and peppers, I think I found myself a nice little snack to make.
Yeah, that sounds good, Wayne. And everybody enjoy it. And you also can hit me up directly on Facebook if you want.
Oh yeah, there you go. And search for John Dix on Facebook. And now, John, I noticed something looking at this here. When it comes to Philly cheesesteak, one thing I don't. Oh yeah, never mind. There's the pepper jack cheese. Now, here's the question: does it have to be pepper jack cheese, or could it be Colby Jack cheese, or American cheese, or cheddar cheese, or anything like that? Could you substitute those out, or?
Well, that's a good question, Wayne. And yes, absolutely. Just if you're not a big fan of that kind of cheese, use whatever you like. Well, you can use Swiss cheese. Provolone, provolone's a big popular cheese on Philly cheesesteaks.
Exactly.
So, whatever you like, brother.
Hey, there you go. I guess just as long as to you it's a Gouda cheese.
That's it. We all like Gouda cheese.
Yeah, we like the Gouda cheese. You know what's funny is speaking of physical Gouda cheese. Never had it. The smell just not my favorite by any stretch. But with that said here, folks, we are going to step aside and we're going to take a final foreign fuel of the show here. Take one last good look at the recipe for the week here. Philly cheesesteak egg rolls from the NASCAR chef, John Dix. And hopefully Andy will be back by the end of the next commercial break. If not, he's going to be flash frozen in cop form all the rest of the show.
He's got that big grin on his face over there.
Yeah, he really does. Andy, I hope you're listening, brother, from the bathroom, because you better hurry up and get your butt back here. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow, towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept. I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know you can get our 6-piece My Towels, regular $69.98, now only $29.98. Or you can save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels, made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Also, we have bath sheets, bath towels, washcloths, hand towels, and so much more. And the best part, with your promo code, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all My Towels. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others,
We heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
we can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
help every child we can.
because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
Then there's still work to do.
because their future
Is our future.
and there's still so much they can teach us.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
For the month, quarter, and then ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
Burning Rubber is social. Follow us on Instagram at Instagram.com/Burning Rubber Radio. Now back to more Burning Rubber.
And we are back on Burning Rubber Radio. It's producer Wayne along with NASCAR chef John Dix and Andrew DeLay. And Andy, welcome back. You missed John's recipe.
Yeah, I know, man. As you can see, I got to get ready to go to work.
Yeah, right. So, folks, as you can tell here, Andy is law enforcement's finest in Kenneth City, and yeah, we love what Andy does here, serving and protecting everybody down in Kenneth City, Florida, and KCPD. And so that's why you see the fun uniform and the badge on and all that other fun stuff. But with that said here, we've got to get over to some final news of the week for the week here before we round everything out and make our picks coming up for Phoenix International Raceway this weekend. And actually, Andy, Supercross was back in full swing again this weekend at Daytona.
Nice.
And Jet Lawrence, Team Honda HRC's Jet Lawrence, took an impressive win, his third of the season at round 8 of the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship inside Daytona International Speedway.
That is always a good, fun thing. I heard that Ricky Carmichael's been coaching him.
There's been some talk that Jet has been getting some coaching from old hot shoe himself, Ricky Carmichael. So good stuff all the way around there. And now we got the big thing that we want to talk about here real quick, and that being Formula One this past weekend here. They're getting kicked off already here. Man, it's first race of the season in Bahrain. And no less, Max Verstappen smokes him.
Yep.
Yeah, just when he walked them, man. There's no two ways about that one.
Nope, no two ways about it here. And starting from the pole in the season opening Bahrain Grand Prix, Verstappen controlled the event as he scampered away by over 22 seconds.
Man, that's a butt whooping.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is the most literal form of an ass whipping I've ever seen in my life. So,
where was that place again, Wayne?
That is in Bahrain.
Okay.
Ooh, he said it right this time.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were saying a minute ago. I thought those mimosas were still kicking back in.
No. If the mimosas are still kicking in, it's gonna be.
Whoa,
it's gonna be some literal word salad. Oh, wait a minute, that's liberals. I forgot.
People on the radio are gonna think that's static.
Who's puking on the radio? What's going on?
Oh man. Moving on over here to another bit of news that we got to talk about here. IndyCar has officially rolled out a competition update coming up ahead of Andy's favorite race of the year, the St. Pete Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And as IndyCar teams are in final stages of preparation before loading up the transporters and heading to St. Petersburg, Florida, there's a variety of new subtle changes that were explained by IndyCar this past week. And the season kicks off with the Firestone GP of St. Pete on March 10th. The race was supposed to be the competition debut of IndyCar's hybrid assist unit, but the project has been delayed so that all teams in the series can properly test with the device. Also, production parts need to undergo rigorous testing prior to the unit being put on the track and in the field of real competition. And this delay was announced back on December 7th, but since that time, major progress has been made to the hybrid testing, but it's not 100% there yet. IndyCar said that the unit will roll out after the 108th Indianapolis 500 on May 25th, with the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio on July the 7th being the likely choice for the first race with this new HAU system. So it's going to be interesting to see how that hybrid assist unit does with these Indy cars. Personally, I don't think it's going to make much difference, but that's just me.
Who knows? It's hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, I'll have to come down next year to the St. Pete Grand Prix, and you and I will have to go crash the race.
Oh, well, come on down. I'm not. Of course, I have to work my regular job. I can't go to the. Usually, I cover the St. Pete Grand Prix for Radio St. Pete, and of course, we're on the Florida Sports Stream, RadioSt.Pete.com down there here in St. Petersburg. So, big thumbs up to Radio St. Pete's Joe Bordeaux, who runs the station down there. Joe was trying to get us a couple of interviews this week that they fell through, not because of Joe, because the drivers had double booked their interviews. But thank you, Joe Bordeaux, the Florida Sports Stream, and RadioStPete.com for everything that you do for Burning Rubber Radio.
Exactly. Yep.
Thank you, Joe.
Definitely massive thanks for that to happen there. And speaking of other IndyCar news here, real quick, Andy, Pato O'Ward just recently made some waves back this past Friday and officially signed a multi-year extension deal with Arrow McLaren SP. So Pato O'Ward is going to be back in IndyCar for at least another handful of years. So good stuff there all the way around for the 24-year-old O'Ward. And then one other bit of news here before we move on over to picks for the week at Phoenix Raceway. This past weekend in Bradenton, Florida, in a final round pro mod that fans will be talking about for years, Derek Ward outran Jim Halsey to take home, are you ready for this one? $100,000 in a take-all payday at the 5th Drag Illustrated World Series of Pro Mod presented by Johnson's Horsepowered Garage and J&A Service on Sunday night at Bradenton Motorsports Park.
Very cool. That's great. A lot of money. That place is out in the middle of nowhere, too. And, Johnson Horsepower Garage, a huge deal on YouTube like us. You got to go to youtube.com and follow Burning Rubber Radio. Yep. And anyway, Johnson's Garage, they're huge on there, too. So tell them Burning Rubber Radio sent you when you go to their site.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And but with that said here, with Derek Ward's win this past weekend here, it was a 3.625 second run at 208.17 miles per hour, which defeated Halsey's 4.304 at 126.09. So some great stuff all the way around there. But with that said, we got to get ourselves over to picks here for the week. And Phoenix International Raceway, Andrew. And with that being the case here, you, my friend, have pick numero uno.
All right, Kevin Harvick.
Or wait, what?
He's always, even though he's not running the race this year, he always dominates that place. You know what? He's on a roll right now, and it's out west, and he's my boy. We're going with Kyle Larson.
All right, so he's going to take Larson to take the West Coast swing sweep for 2 in a row. NASCAR chef John Dix, who you got?
Well, guys, last week I picked with my heart, not my head, and our boy Larson won. But this week I'm picking with my head. I'm picking with Ross Chastain.
There you go.
All right, so Ross Chastain there for the NASCAR chef John Dix. And Phoenix, man, as crazy as it sounds, I am going to go with the Georgia boy. I'm going to say Chase Elliott this weekend.
Okay.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah, he runs good there sometimes.
Yeah, he does. He does. He runs pretty good there. So we'll see what happens this weekend coming up at Phoenix Raceway. But with that said here, boys, it is that time once again. Can you believe 60 minutes has already gone by?
Wow. Told you, fastest 60 minutes in motorsport.
Yeah, no joke, right? But with that said here, folks, we have got to get out of here for another week of Burning Rubber Radio. For Andy DeLay, for the NASCAR chef John Dix, I'm producer Wayne. We love you guys. And until next week, Burning Rubber, baby.
Burning Rubber, baby.
Burning Rubber, baby.
Burning Rubber Radio is a production of White Lightning Entertainment with studios in Statesville, North Carolina, and was brought to you by Drive Refine. It's more than driver coaching, it's Drive Refine. Visit driverefine.com to get signed up today. This week's show was produced by Wayne Owens. Remember to visit burningrubberradio.com for news, recipes, and more great content. Burning Rubber Radio can be seen on Rumble, YouTube, or wingding.tv and heard on radio stations nationwide. Any use of the accounts or descriptions contained in this broadcast must be the express written permission of White Lightning Entertainment.